Morning. I've got Harry on my lap, so here he is. He's just come up to be, well, he said about chewing everything. There he is. Come on, mate. Now, the picture I did yesterday, there it is, I forgot to lift out or clean up the horizon. So I just lifted that out, but you didn't see that on the demonstration. So if you're worried about why that was all merging, it's because I forgot. So there we are. So I'll just give you a couple of seconds of Harry. There he is. Oops. He's a lot of fun. There he is. Old Harry. Great little cat. He's getting better and better every day. Nibbly. Just being a playful kitten. Ouch. Oh, Harry. He's got his teeth, you see, and I suppose he likes a bit of practice before they fall out and he gets his proper ones. Oh, God help me when he gets his proper ones. Oh, look at you. Oh, Harry. Right, well, there he is. Say hello to my friends. Oops, there we are. Right, okay, there we go. Right, I'll come back to the board and I'll have to move the camera around a bit of an angle, but take this one off now and put another one on. If you're a beginner and you're struggling with your watercolours, don't worry about it, don't get discouraged. It just takes a lot of practice. There are no shortcuts in painting. Like anything worthwhile, it has to be worked at over the years. Now, however good you think or not think I am, I might have, somebody else would be a lot better given the time that I put in it. So it's just begin and continue, and when you can't do it, carry on until you can do it. Watercolour is tricky because once it's down, it's hard to improve or alter. So usually your first one or two marks stand. I'm just going to bring my blind down a bit. Bear with me. So I'm going to paint a pot spoiler. Most of my stuff is pot boilers. I'm just going to move my screen, that's it. Things that really attracted me to watercolour or painting 45 odd years ago were countryside scenes with trees, masses of trees, with other trees standing out from them, with great big skies. And I don't do portraits of people or animals. It's not what I'm interested in. Other people have developed that level of skill. I haven't. But I'm happy with doing trees and skies and water reflections and carving out rocks with a plastic card. Sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't. So this one I'm going to do a sort of a meadowy scene. We'll see how it goes. But we are in autumn now, and I'm enjoying painting the falling leaves, the trees with their winter clothing of nothing other than masses of twigs. But a lot of the leaves are still on the trees, but most of them are on the ground, turning a nice golden colour. So, palette, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and extra colour, burnt sienna, which I'm not using at the moment because I'm using the burnt umber mixed with the light red. It's not a good imitation of burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is a very dark red. The burnt umber is a brown, really. Right, okay, so I'll wet the paper all over, but I don't want it sopping wet, otherwise it takes ages to dry. So I'll just put that down there. Could have a bit of water there. Paint up to your clips, otherwise you'll find that when you put it in the mount, the corners won't be painted. So the wetness just helps to take the paint into the clips. When the paper expands, which is Fabriano £130, just reclip it. I'm going to give the paper a tint of raw sienna. This just warms up the whole thing and gives the light in the sky. I've got a lump on my brush there. Oh, it's just all over. You need a cloth to take off the excess water, a bit of blue, and a bit of alizarin in with the blue, just a touch. Right, now I'm mixing a bit of alizarin with that and a bit of Payne's grey. 3 colours. Okay, we'll see what happens to that. I want to put a bit of a background in while that's still wet, so we'll have some of those colours there and just put in some hills. They don't have to show much afterwards because I'm going to put some trees and stuff in front of that. So a bit of burnt umber, a bit of red, a bit of yellow. While that's drying off, I'm going to put some greens. Keep it quite quick. I've been out in the garden this morning. I chopped a load of trees down a week or so ago. Trees, shrubs that were getting out of hand. And of course you've got that problem of getting rid of it all. Okay, so we'll put in a bit of dark green. When you do this over wet paint, you need to use thick, rich paint. And then clean the brush, put a bit of burnt sienna, raw sienna in there, I think. Okay, it's drying nicely. So that's my basic painting put in, all very quick. Now the detail, but the paper needs to be a little bit drier than that. Otherwise the fresh paint will soak into the surrounding, unless I put it on really thick. But I don't want to do that yet. I'll just have a swig of my tea, I think. You have to watch out for things like that where the brush has split, the clumps have split on the brush. Now I want some autumny colours, but I want gorse as well. Gorse is a lovely dark contrast, the dark greens, the evergreen bit of it. I think it is evergreen. So we'll put the dark green in there. So green, bit of red, let's use light red. Bit of grey, bit of lemon yellow, and a lump of the red. Yeah. So let's vary the colours with this sort of stuff. Otherwise it'll be a little bit monotonous. Now that's lovely and thick. Now the greens is now some autumny colours. Get some red. Okay, so there we've put in a background of trees in the distance in the hills, so we can bring that down a little bit there. bring those up there a bit. Whoops, got such thick paint there, look. But that's okay, you can do that when you're working with tube consistency paint. So let's get some reds in there. And then back to dark. Okay, I'm going to rush into that in a minute. Just showing some of the bare tips of the trees now. Right, so now here we've got some, we'll put some blue in here. So that blue hopefully will just give a bit of a distance to the whole thing. Right, now we want some just a bit of grass, a bit of rough meadowy stuff here. Roughish ground up here, just to show the shadows and the undulations of the we don't want that too distinct along there. Put some air back in it. I don't think we'll be able to put any poppies back in this. Right, let's bring some. Let's bring one of these up here a bit. Right, and we can just bring that there. I'm really doodling this. Let's put a few bits of gorse in here. So a nice bit of rough ground. So we've got that. Let's clean the brush. I might give it a bit of a dry. And I'll just etch out some trunks as well. And this really is a sort of a nothing painting. It's right, just a few just some thistly sort of some grass. Don't forget you've got bits of stem of the grass is coming down as well. Okay, need a little bit more dark in there, so I'll put that in. Just a bit of Payne's grey, and I think a bit of red. But it's all about controlling the water on your brush. So I'll just a bit of shadow here. Now, I don't know what this is going to turn out like. For all you know, I might be struggling here. Right, I need to start putting in a bit of trunkage. So a bit of grey, a bit of blue. Let's just. I think I might have to do that with the rigger. Be a bit wet there. Right. It's a bit wet this. So we've got some of the skeleton of the tree showing now because a lot of the leaves have fallen off. Okay, what does that look like? A load of rubbish. Bit of warmer sort of colours in the foreground. That's a warm brown, burnt umber. Right, I think we need to put some figures in there. So let's no, I don't think so. Don't think so, not there. It's not showing, is it? No, not one of my best ones, is it? Not sure about that. I've sort of boxed myself into a bit of a corner, so it seems, so not everything works. I'll put a signature on it. Birds. Right, put it in there, we'll have a look so you see how bad it is. I'll decide whether it's uploaded or not. Muddy thinking, muddy picture. I think the best I can say to that. Well, let's put it in a narrow aperture. It looks better now. See, you can never really tell until you put it in a mount, because a mount gives you an idea of what it would look like in a frame. And these are demonstrations after all. Right, so there it is. Let's just get that straighter. Right, let's zoom in and have a closer look. You see, it could be anywhere. Surrey Hills, heathland, just a tangle of trees coming across. No flowers this time of year. Just rough ground. Oh, well, there we are. A walk in the country. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.